Hello there, welcome to Siyasat TV. It's Wednesday, March 24, 2021. I am Sumaya Junaid Ahmed in Hyderabad, where we get you all the big news stories of the day from across the India and the world. And here are our headlines.
Coronavirus variants are of concern. New variants found in 18 states, says Centre. Draconian, Tejasvi Yadav slams new bill that empowers armed police. BJP's Devendra Fadnavis meets Governor over Maharashtra Home Minister Rao. Farmers will sell their crops at Parliament if required, says farmer leader Rakesh Tikait. No closure of cinema halls, says Minister of State for Animal Husbandry, Fisheries and Cinematography Talasani Srinivas Yadav. Rupees 1.3 crore worth of foreign currency seized at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in Hyderabad. Fleeing Myanmar as we defied orders to kill anti-coup protesters. More than 2,300 children were killed in Yemen between 2018 and 2020, Save the Children says in a new report.
Let us begin with our top story. A new variant of the coronavirus has been detected in 18 states in the country, in addition to many other strains or variants of the concern which have also found abroad, the Health Ministry said today amid fears of the second wave of the crisis in the country.
Out of 10,783, the British variant has been reported in 736 samples in India. The South African strain of the coronavirus has been detected in 34 people in the country, and the Brazil variant has been seen in one sample. The samples were subjected to genome sequencing, a testing process to understand the complete genetics of the organism by the government consortium of 10 national laboratories. Genome tests were done on samples from arriving international travelers, contacts of those positive for the new strains, and community samples from most of the states where the 10 national labs are there.
Moving on to our next story, Rashtriya Janata Dal MLA Satish Kumar was carried out on stretcher from Bihar Assembly after he was allegedly manhandled by police and local goons inside the assembly during the protest against Bihar Special Armed Police Bill 2021. Meanwhile, women MLAs of the opposition were carried out of the assembly building by women security personnel. The MLAs were refusing to allow Assembly Speaker Vijay Kumar Sinha from stepping out from his chamber.
स्तर पर जिस प्रकार का बिल पेश करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, एक तानाशाह रवैया सरकार अपनाने का काम कर रही है और एक काला कानून है महोदय। इसमें संसदीय अध्यक्ष महोदय पूरी बात तो हो जाने दीजिए, पूरी बात सुन लीजिए। हड़बड़ी किस बात की है? हड़बड़ी तो होना नहीं चाहिए। जब समय है सरकार के लोग पक्ष अभी सुन रहे हैं,
इसीलिए तो आपके विषय आ गया। अब
अध्यक्ष महोदय पूरी बात,
प्रभारी मंत्री,
आज हम सदन के सदस्य हैं महोदय, नेता विरोधी दल हैं, बोलने का मौका मिलना चाहिए।
आप तो विषय
हर बार
विषय तो प्रवेश करवा दिए
महोदय, पूरी बात तो खत्म हो जाने दीजिए। आज हम लोग
पेश करें क्या?
आप लोगों के आगे पेश
शुरू करिए।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, काला कानूनी क्या तरीका है?
मैं प्रस्ताव करता हूं। मैं तो चाहता था कि लोग भाग लेते और बोलते, तो जवाब भी दिया जाता औपचारिक रूप से, और हम तो बीच बीच में एक एक प्रश्न हम पूछ करके जानना चाहते थे। विधानसभा के सभी सम्मानित सदस्य।
The Rajya Sabha MP Manoj Kumar Jha has given suspension of business notice under Rule 267 to discuss brutal lathi charge and unmanageable assault on MLAs in Bihar Assembly. A sitting of Bihar Assembly was adjourned twice following a ruckus created by the opposition over allegations of harsh provisions in the Bihar Special Armed Police Bill 2021. The opposition members created a ruckus and demanded immediate withdrawal of the Bihar Special Armed Police Bill.
All right, unprecedented scenes played out in Bihar Assembly on Tuesday as opposition MLAs in Bihar were dragged on the floor, manhandled by the security personnel during a protest against the bill that was termed as a draconian act which gave the absolute power to police.
State's main opposition leader, 31-year-old Tejasvi Yadav, Mr. Yadav, who has been sharing videos and photos of injured MLAs and those being dragged by the security personnel, slammed the Nitish Kumar-led government, claiming that new law means that searches will be conducted without a warrant and any policeman can arrest if he believes something is wrong.
कल के दिन ऐसा काला कानून सदन के अंदर पेश किया गया और जिस प्रकार से पेश करने के बाद विपक्षी विधायकों को लात घूंसे, महिलाओं का जिस प्रकार से नीतीश कुमार जी ने चीर हरण कराने का काम किया, बाल पकड़ के खिंचवाना, साड़ी निकलवाना, विधायकों को नीतीश कुमार जी के इशारे पर लात घूंसे, माँ बहन की गालियां दे करके जिस प्रकार से पुलिस वालों ने जूतों से मारने का काम किया, कितनी भी निंदा की जाए वो कम है। और इतिहास में ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ इस देश में कि विधायकों को जिस प्रकार से पीटा गया, माँ बहन की गाली दी गई। पूरा देश जो है नीतीश कुमार जी पर थू थू कर रहा है। इन अधिकारियों पर अगर कार्रवाई नहीं की गई, माफी नीतीश कुमार नहीं मांगेंगे, तो हम लोग विचार कर रहे हैं कि अगले साल तक, 5 साल जब तक हम लोग विधायक हैं, हम लोग विधानसभा बॉयकॉट करेंगे। देश भर से सभी लोग कंडम कर रहे हैं, सभी लोग, लेकिन निर्लज कुमार जी को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? निर्लज कुमार जी को जब शर्म लहजा रह ही नहीं गया तो उनको क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? सी ग्रेड के नेता है ना, सी ग्रेड के पार्टी के सी ग्रेड नेता बैसाखी अनुकंपा पे चल रहे हैं। हमारी ताकत के बारे में बात करते हैं, हम अभी भी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी।
BJP delegation led by leader of opposition Devendra Fadnavis met the Maharashtra governor amid allegations of the corruption against the state Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. Mr. Fadnavis was accompanied by senior BJP leader Sudhir Mungantiwar and state BJP president Chandrakant Patil. The BJP wants the governor to send a report to the president based on the allegations against Mr. Deshmukh. The governor is likely to ask the chief secretary for the report after the BJP's demand.
देखिए कोई भी इस मामले में FIR भी दर्ज हुआ तो मैं उसकी परवाह नहीं करता। मैंने महाराष्ट्र के हित के लिए ये काम किया है। जो एक प्रकार से गुनाह हुआ था और उस गुनाह को छुपाया गया था, 25/8 को रिपोर्ट जाने के बाद कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस हुआ था और उस कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस को छुपाने का काम इस सरकार ने किया था। उसको अगर मैंने उजागर किया है और महाराष्ट्र की प्रतिष्ठा को बचाने का काम किया, ये अगर गुनाह है तो ऐसे 4 गुनाह मैं और करूंगा और मैं कैसे सही हूँ ये मैं न्यायालय में जाकर बताऊंगा। देखिए इसमें बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से दिखता है कि ये तीनों जानते थे इस प्रकार की हफ्ताखोरी हो रही है। ये तीनों पार्टियों को पता है कि इसमें का सत्य बाहर आया तो तीनों का चेहरा खुला हो जाएगा, इसलिए वो उनको बैक कर रहे हैं।
Bharatiya Kisan Union leader Rakesh Tikait on Tuesday said that the farmers, if required, will sell their produce at Parliament complex as a part of their protest against the centre's new agricultural laws.
Farmers will not be divided, Rakesh Tikait said while addressing a Kisan Mahapanchayat in Jaipur's Vidyadhar Nagar Stadium. The farmer leader said that a nationwide movement against the farm laws has started and youths have a big responsibility now.
सरकारों का बगैर इलाज करे दिल्ली का, ये रस देने वाली नहीं है। इन्होंने जाति में बांटा, धर्म में बांटा, अब किसान बंटने वाला नहीं है। आप अपने ट्रैक्टर लेके जब आपको बताया जा दिल्ली की तरफ आपको चलना पड़ेगा, बैरिकेटिंग दिल्ली के फिर तोड़ने पड़ेंगे। अपनी फसल को विधानसभा, कलेक्ट्रेट और पार्लियामेंट पे अपनी फसल बेचनी पड़ेगी। प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि अपनी फसल को कहीं पे भी बेच लो, हम कहीं पे ही बेच के दिखाएंगे, मंडी के बाहर बेच के दिखाएंगे, जो भारत सरकार का रेट है उस पर बेच के दिखाएंगे। पार्लियामेंट पे अपनी फसल बेच के दिखाएंगे। पार्लियामेंट से बढ़िया मंडी नहीं हो सकती। 3.5 लाख ट्रैक्टर पहले गए, दिल्ली के अंदर फिर ट्रैक्टर जाएंगे, दिल्ली के अंदर फिर ट्रैक्टर जाएंगे। और अब कह के जाएंगे जिस दिन संयुक्त मोर्चा तारीख देगा, आपकी जिम्मेदारी है कि आप राजस्थान की तरफ से दिल्ली को घेरो। पूरी तरफ से दिल्ली घिर चुकी है, पूरे देश में आंदोलन शुरू हो चुके हैं, आपको जागना पड़ेगा। और जो खास करके मेरे जो युवा साथी हैं, उनकी जिम्मेदारी बड़ी, उनकी जिम्मेदारी है कि आप चलो, बढ़ो, जागो, उठो।
Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde has recommended Justice N.V. Ramana as his successor after he retires next month. Chief Justice Bobde is set to retire on 23rd of April. The government had last week asked him to recommend his successor.
Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad on Friday reportedly sent a letter to Justice Bobde seeking his recommendation. Justice N.V. Ramana is the most senior judge in the Supreme Court after Chief Justice Bobde. Born on 27th of August 1957, Justice Ramana will have a tenure as the country's top judge for a year and 4 months till August 26, 2022.
People who are 45 and older can be vaccinated from 1st of April, the government said on Tuesday, ramping up the nationwide inoculation drive at the time COVID cases have surged in many states. I appeal to every citizen who is 45 or above to register for vaccination, Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said, announcing the cabinet decision to expand the drive that started in January.
At present, only citizens who are above 60 and those over 45 with other illnesses are allowed to get vaccinated. A meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to vastly widen its reach to cover much more of the population. Those 45 and above can start registering for vaccination from 1st of April. Mr. Javadekar said, this decision has been taken by the cabinet on the basis of the advice of the Coronavirus Task Force and experts.
The Union Health Ministry said today India recorded 47,262 fresh coronavirus cases in a day, the highest single day rise so far this year, taking the nationwide COVID-19 tally to 1,17,34,058. The daily rise in infections was the highest recorded in 132 days, while the country's COVID-19 death increased to 1,60,441 with 275 new fatalities, the highest in around 83 days. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 1,12,05,160. Telangana have recorded 431 new COVID-19 cases and 2 fatalities. Let us shift our focus to Telangana, where putting an end to speculation, Cinematography Minister Talasani Srinivas Yadav today denied to have taken any decision to shut down the cinema theatres in the wake of rising COVID-19 cases in the state. He said the cinema theatres will continue to operate by duly following the COVID-19 safety norms.
In a statement, the minister made it clear that the government did not make any decision to close the cinema halls or halt the shootings. He reminded that scores of people who are depending on the film industry directly or indirectly have suffered severely due to the closure of cinema halls and shooting during the COVID-19 pandemic last year. He assured that the state government will continue to support all the artists and technicians from the film industry. He reiterated that all the cinema theatres strictly follow the COVID-19 guidelines without fail.
Amid the rising COVID cases in the state, the Telangana government has decided to shut all the educational institutions from today. Except for the medical colleges, all the government and private educational institutions, schools, colleges and hostels will be closed from today. However, the online classes will continue. Education Minister in the state, Sabita Indra Reddy, announced the closure of educational institutions in the view of the rapid rise in the new cases of the coronavirus. According to Ms. Reddy, coronavirus is spreading again in the country. The same situation is seen in the neighboring states. A 6-member Nepali gang, including a woman, which allegedly carried out a series of burglaries in the city, was arrested by the Rachakonda CCS officials and Nacharam police today.
The police recovered cash, gold and silver ornaments altogether worth of rupees 13 lakh apart from tools used to break into the houses. The arrested persons were identified as Lil Bahadur Kami, Janvi, Amar Bahadur, Ashok Singh, Ram Bahadur and Vishwakarma. Following a complaint recently, the Nacharam police booked a case and with the help of the CCS police, tracked and nabbed them. They will be produced before the court shortly.
The officials of Air Intelligence Unit today seized foreign currency from a passenger heading to Dubai at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, Hyderabad. Foreign currency in various denominations equivalent to rupees 1.3 crore was recovered from him. The officials said that the passenger Muhammad was attempting to smuggle the currency of various countries to Dubai.
The Air Intelligence Unit officials detained the passenger and handed over him to custom officials. The passenger is being questioned. On 30th of January, 2 passengers arriving from Delhi were arrested at Hyderabad airport. The Air Intelligence officials caught the passengers for trying to smuggle foreign currency to Dubai. The foreign currency is estimated to be of rupees 16.5 lakh.
Moving on to our international news, raising a three-finger salute, a symbol of resistance against Myanmar's military rulers. Police officers recount escape to India after the coup. A group of police officers who defied the Myanmar army's order to shoot opponent of the coup recounted their experience after they escaped to India. While speaking, they raised a three-finger salute, a symbol of resistance to Myanmar military rulers.
We cannot hurt our people, that is why we came to Mizoram, said one of men who hails from the northwest town of Tedim. Mizoram state in India's northeast shares a border with Bangladesh and Myanmar. He said after the army coup, the police were ordered to shoot people, and not just the people. We were told to shoot our own family if they are not on the side of the army. Indian villagers in Mizoram have given shelter to 34 police personnel and 1 firefighter who crossed into India over the last 2 weeks.
The deputy ruler of the Emirate of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has died at the age of 75. Sheikh Hamdan, also the UAE's finance minister, was the brother of the current ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Sheikh Hamdan has been unwell for a few months.
Today, Sheikh Mohammed posted a picture of his brother saying, "We belong to Allah and to Him we shall return. May Allah have mercy on you, my brother, my support and my companion." Born on 25th of December 1949, Sheikh Hamdan was a second son of late ruler Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum.
Children made up 1/4 of the civilian casualties over the last 3 years in Yemen's war between the Houthi rebels and the internationally recognized government. Save the Children said in a new report released on Tuesday that more than 2,300 children were killed between 2018 to 2020. However, the aid agency said the actual toll is likely to be much higher.
Gabriela Wageman, Global Humanitarian Director for Save the Children, said this is a man-made disaster resulting from a conflict that is being waged with near complete discharge for well-being and safety of the civilian population. Save the Children reports comes on the heels of a UNICEF statement issued on Saturday saying 8 children were killed and 33 wounded this month alone. UNICEF's representation to the Yemen said the casualties happened in several areas including province of Taiz and Hudaydah, where fighting between forces of the internationally recognized government and Iran-aligned Houthis rebel has recently intensified.
Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headlines.
Coronavirus variants are of concern. New variants found in 18 states, says Centre. Draconian, Tejasvi Yadav slams new bill that empowers armed police. BJP's Devendra Fadnavis meets Governor over Maharashtra Home Minister Rao. Farmers will sell their crops at Parliament if required, says farmer leader Rakesh Tikait. No closure of cinema halls, says Minister of State for Animal Husbandry, Fisheries and Cinematography Talasani Srinivas Yadav. Rupees 1.3 crore worth of foreign currency seized at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in Hyderabad. Fleeing Myanmar as we defied orders to kill anti-coup protesters. More than 2,300 children were killed in Yemen between 2018 and 2020, Save the Children says in a new report.
Well, that is the Siyasat TV English news for this Wednesday. Thanks for watching. I am Sumaya Junaid Ahmed. Have a great day.